Welcome back again. In this video we will complete Tutorial 6. To start off we are going to contour the outside profile with a 1-inch diameter end mill. Let's start. I'm going to move up and select Toolpaths, and next I'm going to pick Contour Toolpath. Over on the left in the chaining dialog box I'm going to activate C-plane. Moving over to the graphic screen, select Contour Chain 1. I'm going to move on down and select this line at the bottom of the part. As we have C-plane activated, it's going to lock into the level of this first entity that I've picked. Another thing to note, the arrow is pointing in the counterclockwise direction. That's great. If you need to reverse the direction, just move over and click on the reverse button. I'm going to click it one more time. Everything looks great here. I'm going to pick OK. For this operation we're going to use a 1-inch flat end mill. I'm going to pick that tool. That's the tool that we use to rough out the pockets. That's tool number 2. I'm going to change the offset to 2. In the comment section I'm going to input contour the outside profile. Let's now move on to contour parameters. Starting at the top, I'm going to turn the clearance on. It's in absolute and 2, so that's great. Moving on down, retract is turned on in absolute 0.25, that's good. Feed plane is an incremental 0.1, great. The top of the stock is absolute and at 0.1. I'm going to change it to 0. And my depth is in absolute 1 inch, perfect. Moving up to the top right hand corner, compensation type, I'm going to change it from computer over to control. Now just below compensation direction, I'm going to change it from left to right. Our cutter is going to be on the right side of the contour as we move around the part. I'm also going to activate optimize. Moving on down, lead in, lead out is activated. I'm going to click on the lead in out button. At the very top, enter exit at midpoint. I'm going to deactivate that. As you can see, entry and exit is turned on, so everything looks great here. I'm going to pick OK, and then one more time right at the bottom, pick OK. Now the reason we see this dialog box is earlier on we changed the compensation type to control. I'm just going to pick OK. Let's now move on and backplot all the toolpaths we've created. I'm going to move on over to the left here and select all operations and then pick backplot. Display tool is activated, and also display rapid moves. I'm just going to slow the speed down and then hit play. The first cutter up is the face mill, where we machine the part to 1 inch in thickness. I'm just going to speed it up a wee bit. Next is our 1-inch end mill, where we rough out the pockets. Then we use the 1/8 end mill to do the remachining of these two pockets. After this we spot drill, drill, tap, drill out the 3/8 diameter holes. And then finally, using the 1-inch diameter end mill, we machine the contour. I'm going to move over and pick OK. Let's check out our toolpaths using Verify. All the operations are selected. I'm going to pick Verify. Just going to slide this dialog box up. Let's go into Configure. As you can see, the shape set to box. The stock size is being taken from the stock setup. So everything looks great here. I'm just going to pick on OK. The speed I'll slow down to midway, and I'm also going to activate stop on tool change. Let's move on now up to the top and hit machine, and I'm going to hit it one more time. So the first up is the face mill. Now the prompt, pause on tool change, press the machine. I'm going to go back up and press machine. Next up is our 1-inch diameter end mill, where we rough out the 2 pockets and we're leaving 30 thou on the walls. I'm going to hit machine and also speed it up. This is where we use our remachining functionality. That's the left pocket finished. Now we move on to the right pocket. I'm going to slow the speed down again. Hit the machine button. Next operation, we spot drill those 2 holes. Then drill the 2 holes. Now we're tapping these 2 holes. Going to hit machine again. We drill out our 2 3/8 diameter holes. Going to hit machine again. And then finally, with our 1-inch end mill, we contour the part. I'm going to pick OK. And for the next step, let's create the CNC code. All the operations are selected. I'm going to move on up and select Post Selected Operations. I'm not going to change anything here. I'm just going to hit OK. Now for the file name, I've already got a Tutorial6 NC file. I'm going to pick it and then pick Save. Now when prompted, do you want to replace it? I'm going to pick Yes. That's an old file that I don't need, so I'm going to overwrite it. And on the screen is the CNC code for Tutorial6. I'm just going to move up to the top right hand corner, close this up, and for our final operation we would move on up and click on Save to save all the work we've completed. This completes this video and Tutorial 6. Thanks very much for watching.